may not realise is actually here, but if I lift up one of these carpet tiles, you can see part of the same Roman mosaic which is exposed over there under the carpet. And that's because this mosaic is quite substantial. It runs right away around this space up to the red wall and up to where the yellow safety stickers are. And it's one of several geometric mosaics that were manufactured in Corinium, which today would be Cirencester, and brought to Gloucester and installed into significant public buildings or wealthy Roman townhouses. You know what a great bustard is? It's the British version of a dodo. It's a ground-dwelling bird which was hunted to extinction by as early as 1832. They're almost completely flightless. They do flap a bit like chickens, but they don't fly for very great distances. We have, I think, 3 great bustards in our practical collection. This specimen was obviously put into the collections prior to 1832. Because it went extinct in the wild in 1832, so it's been here ever since. The rocks in Gloucestershire are of the right age to contain dinosaur remains. This is a dorsal vertebra, a backbone vertebra from a Cetiosaurus, and if I carefully lift it up, you can see how big it is. You can see where the spinal cord would have run through this hole in the top of the vertebra. And this was found in northeast Gloucestershire in 1980. A little girl digging in a quarry at a little place called Blockley in the northeast of the county. This painting, it's by John Kemp. It portrays, I won't put it all the way out because it's quite heavy, but it portrays the original, what's called the Blue Coat Hospital when it was first set up, way back in 1666 by Sir Thomas Rich. This is called The Landscape, and it's a painting by Thomas Gainsborough, who's a very famous artist who lived in the 18th century. The reason I'm showing you this is it's not really often seen, but it is probably, from an intrinsic value point of view, it's probably the most valuable painting that we have in the collection. So during World War II, the Museum of Gloucester, the collections of the Museum of Gloucester were actually shipped out of the building for temporary storage, and the whole building was turned over to manufacturing of war goods. This is the basement of the museum, and those workers that were employed manufacturing equipment for the soldiers at the front were given the benefit of an air raid shelter. And so this was used many times, as well as other people that lived around the local vicinity. And so this is probably the finest collection of antique barometers outside of the V&A. And barometers were first developed by an Italian physicist called Evangelista Torricelli back in the 17th century, so a long time ago.